Welcome every pony to another episode of Quintessential Brony here on Brony Nerds and Gamers. Um, our little character here is just finishing up cleaning the bathroom. So responsible of him. Let's see, what does he need? Dirty object, garbage, and spoiled food do not improve one's surroundings. Oh, okay. That's so stupid. It's like one little tiny thing. What is that? What did I just cancel out? Oh, I think that's the sink. Oh, or that sink? No. The toilet? Yeah, the toilet. Alright, let's continue on. He's just taking care of some of his stuff to do. He needs some food though. Otherwise he's gonna be too hungry. Where's all my leftovers?
Oh.
And clean that up while you're at it. Where's the leftover stuff? Didn't you have any leftovers, or is it all gone? Sure, just have lunch. Make yourself grilled cheese, or mac and cheese. Mac and cheese sounds a lot better. Probably sounds a little more filling. We have about 4 hours in game until our thing arrives. We're doing pretty good in our mood, and our cooking skill is where it needs to be to get our promotion. Also, I noticed. I just realized something. Oh, wait. Does that mean we don't work today? Oh, I don't think we work today. Does that what that means? I thought we worked every day in The Sims. Oh, they must have changed it. Well, that makes it a lot easier. But then does that mean like if I missed, but I missed the day, didn't I? Because that was Tuesday? Or when? I don't remember. The days in The Sims go by a lot quicker than days in real life. Not to mention that days in The Sims amount to more in The Sims life. For example, we'll need to clean that up later. That's probably another thing that's hurting our mood. We're going to need to just hire a maid, for crying out loud. I mean, seriously. Some motherfucking crap going on. So, that's not exactly what Quintessential Brony is about, but I just wanted to... That stuff was... Oh, I need to pay my bills again. So, as soon as that's done... Actually, we'll wait until we're done eating, because we need to eat. Yes, yes, yes. It looks very delicious, doesn't it? Okay, now... Eat your mac and cheese. Why do I have to tell you to eat the food you just prepared? Why else would you have prepared it? Okay, I guess you could have prepared it for someone else. But seriously, there's no one else here. You should just know. Are you enjoying your mac and cheese? Is it of normal quality? Yeah? Okay. That's fine. Normal quality mac and cheese is no problem. Performance meter. The performance meter combines your Sim's mood and other factors. They rise and fall in order to show you how close your Sim is to the next promotion. Well, he looks... maybe he's not... Maybe he's not going to get that promotion. Oh well. Let's see. Let's read the newspaper. Oh, wait. Before we do that, clean that counter. It says it starts in one... So we only work 5 days a week. That's cool. We're off Wednesday and Thursday. See, I guess I like that compared to the old Sims method, which was... Oh, you need to use the toilet, do you? What else do you need? You're stuffed? Well, then you won't need any food for a while. That's good. And you don't have that annoying problem now. That's good, too. So after you do that, you can read the newspaper. Read the newspaper like a boring individual of society. Speaking of the news, I figured that now would be a good time to give my thoughts on the whole. Oh, hello. Who's this person? Oh, it's a paparazzi. I thought I caught the name paparazzi. To talk about the NSA, I guess you can call it a scandal, but really it's not a scandal from my point of view. Let me explain. Um, I guess I never really wanted to talk about it before because there was just not that much information. You hear a lot of information from people on the left saying it's no big deal, and people on the right saying it's the biggest scandal in the universe. And actually, honestly speaking, there's people on both. Ooh, okay, that's not important. There's people on both sides that are playing. No one's really giving a non-biased answer. Like everyone is either completely on board with the NSA spying situation, or they're completely against it. And then everyone else in the world is pretty much just like uh, no, I don't want to change outfit. Hold on. How do I get rid of the newspaper? Uh, Jummy is too skilled to be any move. Oh, well, if he's too skilled to get any benefit from the cookbook, then throw it away. I don't suppose I could find 2 jobs. That doesn't sound like it would work. Let's go recycle the newspaper. And then what should we do? What are some of our life goals? Take a class in charisma skill. We need to improve our cooking skill somehow. That's a good thing. Where would a class be? Oh, I know where a class would be. I remember. Let's speedy up over here. It was somewhere around here. Here it is. Wait, I have to take another class? Oh, a class in charisma skill. Oh, I remember. This was at the city hall, wasn't it? A 10 charisma class. There you go. Now, one of the reasons, as I said, one of the reasons I didn't want to talk about the NSA scandal is because I just felt like there wasn't enough information on it. Everyone was just giving their own biased point of view and saying, "Oh, well, it's really great, it's really bad." No one was really being honest about it until I got some information from a friend of mine, a very good trusted friend of mine, who showed me a website that gave a very non-biased, a very poignant step-by-step showing all the information. And after cross-referencing it through a lot of different other information, I could I felt confident enough in saying that well, hello, old people. I felt confident enough in knowing that what I was looking at was what I felt was like legitimate information. And so here's the backdrop of what we're looking at. For those of you who are too young to remember, back in 2001 in September when the World Trade Center was attacked and bombed, well, not bombed, but I mean, that's just a whole nother conversation, but what do you call a plane being flown into a building? It's not a bombing. It was a horrible thing. Everybody in the country was completely destroyed by it, and no one you couldn't go around without seeing a dry eye. Even in the heart of New York, people were people who would normally not give a damn about anyone else were after you're done with the class, go over here. It was a terrible thing. After which, we behaved as a country much like most people do in a crisis. We panicked and we started making declarations of war. And congratulations! Oh, I can use amusing greets. Well, that'll be good whenever I actually get around to meeting people. Hey, Who's that? Oh, hello. Who are you? You seem pretty cute. Yeah, you know what? After you get done viewing that, what is that? Fulfilled? Okay, my mood is pretty good. It's kind of funny. I'm just hey man, calm down, Jared Frio. I don't know what's up with this girl's like white gloves, but Madison Van Watson. Oh, she's probably from a rich family. Okay. Hopefully she's not the wife. Hopefully she's not the wife of a rich family. Yes, fuck it. I don't. Might as well just break her up. Oh. No, I don't want to form a group. Friendly? I'm gonna brighten her day. I don't want to keep talking to her. Why you going? You got something to do? Well, if you got something to do, what? Are you thinking about death? Okay. Cool. Well, let's see. Let's do some social, charismatic. Let's compliment her appearance. Women love that kind of shit, don't they? Oh, I guess not. Partner discovered. What is that? Oh, she was married. So we'll just move on from that. After the World Trade Center attack, we behaved very much like any country. We panicked. We decided we had to go to war. One of the other things we did was we passed what was called the Patriot Act. And very simply put, the Patriot Act gave widespread and very vague powers to the executive branch to protect the people in whatever means was constitutionally legal. And what came out of that all the way up, in 2001, in 2002, in 2003, you saw a lot of what happened at the airports. Back then, people would get stopped before they were going on planes. Some people were put on no-fly lists, and they weren't put, and this wasn't done. Um, this wasn't done with any jurisdiction. This was just done. This was just things. Oh, damn it, Madison thinks I'm being awkward. Okay, fine. I guess I will stop with that. But um, anyway, back then it definitely wasn't it wasn't an enjoyable thing. Nobody thought, oh wow, this is great. I mean, a lot of people were complaining even back then about the situation about people. Where do I go? Where do I go for a writing class? I mean, a cooking class. Oh, something tells me that I should have saved that newspaper. Well, anyway, well, back in 2005, um, it was revealed that go ahead and read something. That's always something good. It was revealed that George Bush might have been doing some of this same kind of spy work. Although what was revealed back then wasn't nearly as much as what was revealed in 2012 by Snowden. Um, and basically, what it means is that even back then in 2005, and what we learned is that even in 2007, a lot of this data collection began, and so what the situation is it's kind of a three prong of spying, and what we've learned is that number one, um, the NSA was able to convince many of the big providers of internet and cellular service like AT&T, Comcast, and Verizon to give up phone and email records um, of all of its customers. And the second thing was is that splitters were put um, in cell phone like network buildings that would send copies of text messages and emails and anything sent over the phone. It would send copies of those things to the NSA for storage. Um, so there's a lot of and the third thing. No, actually, no, it was just those two things. Um, a lot of what's been blown out of proportion is people are saying, oh well, the NSA is sitting around, they're listening to our emails and our phone call, they're listening to our phone calls and reading our emails as we're sending them. And what the case is that what the NSA is doing is using keyword searches um, to find certain people who might be talking about um, they might be talking about I guess I don't know what the keyword searches they're basing off of it are, but they might be looking for people to who might excuse me, I'm getting a little lost in thought. Who might be talking about a terrorist act? I'm not sure what particular one they would be thinking about. Let's send this guy to sleep. Oh wait, it's only 10 o'clock. Watch TV. Um, it's kind of a hard thing uh to set yourself on to say, well, this is a horrible thing or is this a bad thing. I'm still not really sure how to feel about it, because on the one hand, okay, let's play the devil's advocate for a second and say that this is and say why would this be a good thing, and make an argument about why this would be a good thing. When I was in high school, we learned that when you're making a debate, you should be able to debate any kind of situation, a um, whether it be something you agree with or not. So let's make a devil's advocate argument and say, what would it mean if it were true, and why would it be a good thing? It would be a good thing because in our digital age, it is impossible to um, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, it would be impossible to interfere with enemy communications the way we used to. Back in, like, I don't know, the Civil War era or the World War II era, we would geez, I can't remember, I can't think of the word that I'm looking for, but we we would apprehend enemy communications. Like in the Civil War, you just find the messenger person and stop and apprehend their message, or we would generally arrest people that era would usually arrest them or apprehend them, or hell, I don't know, maybe they just kill them. I don't know. Who knows what happened back then? But in World War II, um, when telecommunications and Morse code were possible, those signals would get picked up by other sides, and then it came down to trying to find a way to encode them by either stealing an encoder or by learning the code that was used, and it was all a bunch of, and code breakers were very big in the World War II. Now we're in the digital age where the same communication technology that you and I use on a daily basis, something that we take for granted, can transmit a great deal of information in the same way that would have harmed us in World War II or would have harmed the North in the Civil War. Um, it's just kind of a situation where we have all of this technology, but there's no way to apprehend information from an enemy the same way we used to, because that person doesn't, go down, they don't get on a plane and head to Afghanistan or to Iraq or to Pakistan or wherever the terrorist base is, and then deliver their information in person. They use any number of differing things. I remember at one point where they released a report saying that terrorists were using MMORPGs to trade information on strategic plans. I mean, that's just crazy. I mean, when we're talking about our enemies nowadays, they have they have the ability to use technology that, enemies in the World War II era with the Nazis would never have been able to even think of. And it's the same kind of technology that you and I can use. So, like back in World War II, Morse code was not used by everybody. It was used by the military, and it didn't become used by anyone else for some time. And so if the militaries were picking up Morse code messages, they didn't have to question whether or not that Morse code was being used by an individual person or a citizen. You know, there was no doubt that the Morse code was being used by the military, was being used by a military force, either by the German Nazis and their spies here in the U.S. or by Germans by Germans in Germany sending messages around. That was something that didn't need to be discussed. But now in the current day of our technology, it would be impossible for us to determine who was using the information and for what, unless you actually retrieve the information and it analyzed it. So in a sense, what we're looking at with the NSA spying scandal is exactly what it's the best course of option we have available to us right now to retrieve enemy communications. And there is sufficient evidence. There is sufficient evidence to say that this is happening because we have prevented several terrorist attacks with that information. We have stopped some terrorist actions with that information, and we have proof that it is happening. The problem is that based on the Constitution, it's believed that that is an infringement on our personal freedom of privacy. Um, Now, you might be wondering, for those of you who are a little more pragmatic as I am, you might be wondering, well, if this is unconstitutional, then how could it possibly still? Oh, did I even get any sleep? Yes, I did. My character went to sleep. That's good. He's making himself some breakfast before he goes to work. Or maybe lunch. What is he making? He's just cooking. He's just cooking stuff. That's good. Looks like he's making scrambled eggs. He's got spices. He's just pouring milk right there. Oh, maybe he's making... Oh, maybe he's making pancakes. He's making pancakes? Is he making bacon pancakes? That'd be cool. We'll work on that a little later. Um, why isn't this unconstitutional? Well, it's because what is being apprehended is not your personal property. As was explained, the NSA was able to convince companies like Comcast and AT&T to give up that information and give up those phone records. Technically speaking, those phone records didn't belong to the property of the people that um I'm sorry, hold on a second. The property didn't belong to the people who made the messages. The property belongs to companies like Verizon and Comcast. And when you sign up for those services, you probably don't even read it, but there's a big lengthy disclaimer of licensing agreements that you sign whenever you join up with Comcast or whenever you join up with Verizon or when you join up with AT&T or get any cell phone service, that all of the text messages and phone records are kept in possession of Verizon, which means is that you do not hold the exclusive rights to basically you don't hold exclusive rights to the text messages you send out. Basically, it was within the government's right, and this is based partially on the Patriot Act, but it was within the government's right. No, don't even tell me that it broke. Yeah, of course it did.
Oh, Geeb!
You repair that right now. Don't even do anything else. What are you doing? Repair. I don't care what you need to do. Repair that right now. I'm not calling a repairman.
Oh! Oh!
Repair that right now. You got work. You got work in 3 hours.
Dog.
Gosh darn it. Uneven cooking. Oh. The food was not so good. Okay. Well, anyway. Now, that argument does have some holes. For example, I mean, it is still an invasion of privacy. It's not it's still an invasion of privacy, but it doesn't constitute as apprehending your personal property. So obviously that comes down to the arguments against it and why everyone is now freaking out about it. Is because to be perfectly frank, I mean it makes people uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable too. But I guess in a lot of ways I would trade that sense of privacy for the fact that we are able to prevent terrorist acts by doing it. It's a much less violent method of preventing terrorist acts. I know whenever this comes around, it's always the Benjamin Franklin quote that those who are willing to give up their freedoms for liberty don't deserve either. Okay, go. Yeah, hey. Okay, you got to use the restroom, right? Hold on, before you go to work, go use the restroom. Oh, jeez. It's alright. My alarm was going off. And yes, that's a Pinkie Pie alarm. Prepare pancakes. Huh, alright. We'll prepare pancakes later. Oh, we're grungy. Oh, let's just hope that let's just hope that this doesn't affect our work. Let's suck up to the boss today. Maybe we'll get that promotion today. You know what I mean? Probably not. I know it's a very difficult situation. Oh. Ah, damn it. I didn't get that promotion. Well, my performance was... My my performance... Oh, wait. Oh, no, my performance meter is null. Damn it. Take a shower. Oh, look at this mess! After you take that shower, you get to working on that sink. I don't even care what's what. Damn it. Ah. But as far as that Benjamin Franklin quote goes, um, it's hard to say if this is a situation in which you're giving up your personal freedom.
Oh!
I mean, in all seriousness, when we have been giving up our personal freedoms, not to the government, but we give up our personal freedoms to companies every day. It's just strange to see the same people who are complaining about or who have problems with the NSA retrieving phone records. That those same people are willing to sign off to any company for whatever rights, they want. People who are mad about the NSA retrieving phone records are completely fine with a company using unknown chemicals to perform natural gas fracking. The same people who have hello, Mr. Bunch? Why are you in my backyard? Does my backyard look like... Are you a police officer? No, you're not a police officer. You're a fucking limo driver. I think. Oh, wait. No, you're a police officer. Never mind. Actually, it looks like you're a police chief, so great. Can't do anything illegal. Living right next down to a police chief. But, I suppose it's just, it's the hypocrisy of the situation that makes me upset about it. I feel like if you're mad about one thing, you should be mad about any version of that. And I know that a lot of people don't like to trust our government for anything, but it's not a situation in which we are, excuse me. It's not a situation in which we're being asked to give up our blood, um, and we're not being asked to house soldiers. When those things, when those when the right of when I guess it's the right of privacy when no or the the seizure of property and the right against seizure of property or unlawful seizure of property when that was made in what do I need to work on? We're not hungry. Oh, we are hungry. So let's have dinner. We'll have some goopy carbonara. But when that was put into the uh, when that amendment was put into the Constitution, it was put there because people in the Revolutionary War were their houses were being used by soldiers of both the British Army and of the Colonial Army. They were being used as like bases, and people didn't have the right to say no, no, we don't want you to use our house. And so the right against an unlawful seizure of property was put in for that reason. it wasn't put in there because you have an unquestionable right to be left alone. And I think that's something we forget from time to time is that as a citizen of the United States, you are held accountable for things. And if, you know, it's not,
Mmm.
the argument I'm making is not, if you have nothing to hide, then what are you worried about? I understand people do not want their personal secrets to be in the knowledge of others. It's not, it's obviously it's a very delicate situation. My only argument is that if you are very worried about people looking at your
Hmm.
information, why do you allow people like Verizon or Comcast or AT&T to do it anyway? Like what is your concern? What is your concern about the NSA spying? Is it the fact that you're being accused of something? You're not.
Hmm.
There's nothing that says that you're being accused of anything. It's merely a situation.
Pardon. Jill? Huh?
Clean that shit up. Oh gosh, it's already 2 a.m. Brush our teeth. Okay, that takes care of all the. I wonder if we'll get one for good dental hygiene. What is that? Oh, it's. And then we'll go to sleep. Anyway, I suppose it's still up for. I suppose it's still up for debate. I mean, everyone is on different sides of the aisle, and everyone's on different sides of this debate. And it's hard to say that anyone has more of an argument for or against this than anyone else. And I certainly can understand that people are worried about this. I would just say that, people should, just relax. Oh, hey, I did get the promotion. Oh, that's cool. Well, that's all for this episode of Quintessential Brony. Sorry if I rambled a bit. I mean, I don't know. If these Quintessential Brony episodes, if you guys don't like watching them, uh, you should leave a comment below and say, I understand what you are trying to do, but maybe you should switch up some. Or if you just want me to play more of The Sims 3, leave a like or comment below about that. Either way, you can subscribe for more episodes of not just Quintessential Brony, but of any of our shows. And join us again next time here, and we'll hope to see you again soon. Good night.